Does that mean it's working? Oh, I gotta switch that. Oh, that almost shows the whole board.
That's what dominating math looks like.
Pretty good camera. Not bad. I could have spread those problems out. All right. So in your head, did you guys think through it already? Okay. What number would X be to make this statement true, Hannah?
X is 4.
4. 4 plus 6 is 10. 3 times what is negative 24? Haley. Oh, you're still doing 1? All right, someone else? Sebastian? Negative 8. 3 times negative 8 is negative 4. What number divided by 4 is negative 5? Armand? Negative 20 divided by 4 is negative 5. Okay, so what we're looking for is what number makes this statement true. Okay, if we substitute the 4 in, or negative 8 in, or 20 in, negative 20, it makes those statements true. Now, mentally, we can see that to solve these equations. All right, the other way to do it is to undo the operations that are being performed on X. So those are called inverse operations, opposite operations. What's the opposite of addition? Subtraction. So in number 1, if we had X plus 6 equals 10, we are adding 6 to X. The inverse of that, or if we want to undo adding 6, we would do what? Subtract 6. So we want to get rid of that, so we subtract 6 on the left side. We want to keep the equation balanced. Whatever we do on the left, we do on the right. So we subtract 6 from both sides, we get X equals 4, which is what we got mentally anyway. Okay? In number 2, what are we doing to X right now? 3X. What operation is this? This is multiplication, but to get rid of it, we would divide. So the inverse operation of multiplication is division. This is 3 times X. So to get rid of the 3, you do the opposite. You divide by 3. If you divide the left side by 3, you divide the right side by 3, X equals negative 8, which is what we got when we did it mentally. Okay? Now we'll do number 3. Almost got a marker on myself. Number 3. This is X over 4. What operation is this? Division. What's the opposite of division? Okay, so the inverse operation of division is multiplication. So if I'm dividing by 4, to undo that, we're going to multiply by 4. You multiply the left side by 4, multiply the right side by 4. X equals negative 5 times 4, negative 20. That's the answer we received before, right? Okay, so what we're going to do now, though, is we're going to start getting into multi-step equations. So equations that have more than one step, right? This we can mentally do because it was one step. We're going to get into some problems that are more difficult that might look like this. And now we have to think, well, mentally it's not as easy. Right? Let's see. Can we do it in our head? We can answer. But we're doing a couple more steps in our head now, right? And imagine if there was 4 steps up here and we're undoing all those steps in our head. Okay, so mentally we can do this. Something divided by 4 is 10. Sorry, something minus 4 is 10. What minus 4 is 10? 14 minus 4 is 10, right? So then if this was 14 and I subtracted 4 from it, I get 10. What makes this 14? If X was 7, right? So X is 7. So mentally we can do it. Or we can undo the operations. We're subtracting 4 from X. We're also multiplying it by 2. So we're going to undo those two operations. The first one is subtracting 4. To undo that, I'm going to add 4. Whatever I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other side. We get 2x equals 14. Now this is 2 times x. The opposite of multiplication is division. Divide that side by 2. Divide that side by 2. And we get x equals 7. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Okay? Tomorrow what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how do we undo the operations, which ones do we undo first, and we're going to have multiple steps when we're solving those. Okay? So that's a little bit of introduction to solving. We're going to get into more of that tomorrow in the next paper. All right? Those pieces of papers you can keep, throw out, whatever.